Why being needed lowers valuation. Every owner knows this feeling. You step away for a few days, your phone stays quiet, and you think, the business doesn't really need me anymore. Operationally, that might be true. From a buyer's perspective, it's often not. There's a difference between being able to step away for a week and being replaceable without consequence. One feels like freedom. The other determines valuation. Owners tend to frame independence emotionally. I don't work the weekends anymore. The team runs day to day. I'm not in every decision. Buyers frame independence financially. They ask one question: what breaks if this person leaves permanently? They don't care how relaxed your lifestyle is. They care how much risk is attached to your presence. Buyers price that risk in immediately, not because they don't trust you, because they don't control what happens after the sale. Here's the uncomfortable paradox. The traits that made your business successful are often the same traits that make it risky to buy. Your relationships, your judgment, your pattern recognition, your ability to close the right deals. From the inside, those feel like strengths. From the outside, they look like single-point failure. Buyers don't assume you'll disappear maliciously. They assume life happens. Burnout, boredom, new interests, bad incentives. If the business can't absorb your absence cleanly, it's not fully de-risked. Where owner's risk actually hides. Owner dependency rarely lives in obvious places. It hides in subtle ones. Buyers look for things like who customers call when there's a problem, who approves exceptions, who sets pricing on major deals, who hires, fires, or promotes key people, who resolves ambiguity when processes break. If the answer to too many of those questions is still the owner, the business still depends on you. Dependency doesn't show up in stress. It shows up in escalation. And when buyers see that, it changes how deals get structured. Owner dependency rarely kills deals outright. It shows up quietly. Lower multiples, longer earnouts, larger holdbacks, restrictive transition agreements. Buyers don't say, we don't like that you matter. They say, we need protection. That protection always comes out of your pocket. Not because the business is bad, but because too much of it still lives in you. This is why many owners are surprised by how painful diligence feels, even when the deal closes. Many owners assume they can solve this with a transition period. The false comfort of I'll stay for 12 months. I'll help onboard the buyer. I'll manage the relationships. Transition support helps. It does not eliminate risk. Buyers hear something different. They hear, we need you because we can't operate without you. A business that requires you to stay long-term is less valuable than one that doesn't, which is why timing matters. De-risking the owner role isn't abdication, it's design. It usually takes 12 to 24 months of deliberate work. That's why January matters. This is when most owners still have room to act before buyers define the narrative for them. You don't lose control by becoming less indispensable. You gain leverage. A business that depends on you is impressive. A business that doesn't need you is valuable. If you own a business, follow along.